welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. Today I'm going to be doing the Christmas tag. I thought that this would be fun because it's a nice little break between my 12 Days of SFXmas, fun little Christmas tag, and then the Christmas looks that I'm going to be doing for the rest of the month. So if you want to watch me talk about some Christmassy things, just keep watching. So the first question is, what is your favorite Christmas movie? Now here's what I have to say, is how can you just have one? Because I have so many, because it's more of a mood thing for me. Like if I feel like being really jolly and happy and super pumped, then I'm gonna watch Elf. But if I want something a little bit more sentimental, I'm probably gonna watch It's a Wonderful Life. So in no specific order, here are my favorite Christmas movies. So here's the thing. Die Hard is a Christmas movie. It is Christmas themed. It is considered a Christmas movie. So there's Die Hard, and then this is just in general, Just Friends. Just Friends is such an amazing it's because it has Ryan Reynolds in it. It's such an amazing movie. It has Ryan Reynolds in it. He's in a fat suit for like part of it. It's so good, and I consider that a Christmas movie too. So Just Friends, Christmas Vacation, Christmas with the Cranks, Elf, Polar Express, It's a Wonderful Life, Nightmare Before Christmas, because that's a Christmas movie too, even though it's like half Halloween, half Christmas. It's debatable, but it's a Christmas movie. White Christmas, Trapped in Paradise, that has Nicolas Cage in it. A Christmas Carol, I like the Disney one, but I also like the Disney one that has like Scrooge McDuck in it. Those are both classics. A Christmas Story, and then the new Daddy's Home was really good too. I liked that a lot as well. And I thought that there's one more. There probably was, but you know, there's just so many good Christmas movies. I literally just named like all the Christmas movies out there, but it's totally fine. But they're all so good. I highly recommend watching those. They're absolutely amazing, and especially 10 out of 10 recommend Just Friends. Y'all should definitely check that one out. So the next question is, are you on the naughty list or the nice list? Now, I want to say naughty because I think I'm sassy and I feel like that compensates for some stuff, but I'm literally just a marshmallow. I'm on the nice list. I'm a weenie, and I belong in Weenie Hut Jr., so I'm definitely on the nice list. The third question is, show us an embarrassing Christmas photo, and to be honest, we have so many developed pictures that I would have to go through for that, so I'm just gonna insert one that I took at Kohl's about a month ago. So it's not really that embarrassing, but I think it will do. It'll satiate your Christmassy needs for the moment. The fourth question is, have you ever had a white Christmas? Yes. When I lived in Ohio for about 7 years, I think. White Christmas all the time. And then here in Texas, we haven't really had snow. That doesn't really exist where I live, like over in San Antonio. So there have been few occasions where we'd get snow flurries, but the only times I've really had a white Christmas was when I lived in Ohio. Hey, Maddie from the past here. So I'm actually in my room editing, and I'm actually editing the Ice Queen, which is funny how like all of this is like going up at a different time. But remember how I was talking about the snow? Well, there is actually snow on the roof now because it's snowing right now, and I think it's so fun, and it's snowing, and I talk about a white Christmas. It really is. I'm so happy it's snowing, and it never snows in San Antonio, Texas, so this is great. I love it, and yeah, just thought I'd fill you guys in that, hey, it's snowing, so. Look at this. I mean, anybody who lives in San Antonio, Texas knows that this is not a normal thing. What the heck? I mean, I can't complain because I've wanted snow like this in forever. Oh look, there's deer. But it's so crazy. Like, it's actually building up, and it's a literal white Christmas. So I'm really happy about it. I don't have any clothes to wear in this kind of weather, but it's fine. My feet are freezing. I'm barefoot, but hey. Do you start your Christmas shopping on Black Friday or wait until the last minute? Neither. I have never been Black Friday shopping until this year because my friend Marcus, he wanted to go out and do some shenanigans. He was gonna get a new tattoo, so I tagged along, and it happened to be on Black Friday, so that was really fun. But that was about it. I've never actually been like Black Friday shopping, and I never really wait until the very last minute. Like, I've never had it be a day before Christmas and I'm like run into the store trying to grab something. I usually get the things either really early, as in like September or October is when I'll buy their gifts, or it'll just be sometime early in December when I'm going about doing my things, collecting stuff, and I see something, I'm like, that's them, that's what I need. If you could be in any Christmas movie, what would it be? So basically any of the ones I just named, which is like all of them. So probably Nightmare Before Christmas for sure, just because that would be so much fun to just, you know, see what you would look like in a Tim Burton movie. I think that would just be so much fun. And hanging out with Jack Skellington, like, come on, that sounds like a grand time. But I also think that there's some aspects that being in A Christmas Carol would be so much fun. Like if you were the ghost of Christmas past or something, like, haha, hey, funny. But you know, if it was something like that where you were like one of the ghosts or the spirits or something like that, I think that'd be really neat. But you know, I also think another fun one would be White Christmas, because it's a musical, and to just, it's such a pure musical, and it's so sweet and it's funny, and I just love it so much. So I feel like White Christmas would also be a really fun movie to be in. The 8th question is name all of Santa's reindeer. Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, Blitzen, Rudolph. And I know that because in Jingle All the Way, which is an amazing Christmas movie, I think that's the one I forgot to mention, it has Arnold Schwarzenegger in it, and he's like running to try and get the last, what's his name? He's trying to get the last Turbo Man doll, and so he's running to the radio station, and he has to like name all the reindeer. So he's like, Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, Blitzen. Like he's just saying it over and over again in like his really cool voice, and so it's stuck in my mind since then, because I'll just like be running around the house like Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, Blitzen, and I'm very proud that I know all of them. Very. When does your family put up your Christmas tree, and who decorates it? My family has always decorated our Christmas tree at a different time, kind of, because my dad travels for a living, so it depends on when his schedule has him home, and then if any of us are working when we're not working, so we can all decorate it together. So my entire family decorates it together. We always schedule it so the 6 of us are doing it together, and you know, if one of us has work that evening, we make sure that we do it before one of us has to go to work, but we always do it together. And so recently, like when my dad's schedule for like the past few years has been a little bit more even, we've always been decorating it on Black Friday. So like instead of Black Friday shopping, we end up doing it the day after Thanksgiving. And so this year though, due to some last minute changes to our schedule, we ended up doing it on Thanksgiving, which we've never done before. Every time we decorated the tree, it's always been like the weekend of Thanksgiving or the weekend after, but we never decorated it before or on Thanksgiving. So that was a little different, but we still had so much fun. And it's a tradition that whenever we decorate the Christmas tree, we watch Christmas Vacation. It's always been a tradition, and so typically how it goes is we end up watching Christmas Vacation, and if we're still decorating it, then we end up watching Elf afterwards. And it's just, I love it so much. Our tree is so cozy. And here's a question for you guys. Do you guys like cozy homemade trees, or do you guys prefer a more themed tree to where it's like all the ornaments are blue, or you know, it looks more elegant, or you have like a white tree? Because personally for me, I like the more handmade, personable ones. That's like what I've always grown up with, is a really cozy tree that has like some ornaments that we handmade when we were younger. And you know, my dad gets us an ornament every year that he thinks represents us. So like, you know, all those Hallmark ornaments. So like we'll have a, you know, a Buzz Lightyear ornament on there, but it's so meaningful and cozy to us, and so personally that's what I prefer. The next question is your Christmas tree real or fake? Fake. I believe we've always had a fake tree, except for maybe when I was a baby. We might have had a real one for like 2 years, but I personally like the fake ones better because it looks the same every year, and I really enjoy that. I like the familiarity of our Christmas tree because it really just like brings the room together. But I don't ever remember having a real Christmas tree, so I don't really know what to compare it to, but I can just imagine like all of the sap having to clean that up. Like that just sounds like such a pain, but it might just be part of the experience for some people. Like, do you guys have a real or fake Christmas tree? Let me know, because I think that's really interesting. Peeking at gifts or be surprised? I like to be surprised. I mean, we kind of already know what we're gonna get before we open the present, but I personally like being surprised. Like if I get my friend something and they get me something, like I don't want to know what it is. I think like there's fun in the unknown and not knowing exactly what you're gonna get, and so I personally like to be surprised. And I feel like that goes with a lot of other aspects of my life, is I don't mind the surprise. I think it's kind of fun and it adds a little bit more pizzazz into your day. The 13th question is literally show us your ugly Christmas sweater if you have one. I wore this just because I wanted to, but here's my Santa sweater. It's so comfortable. Like this has like fur on it, and so I like just be like rubbing it like throughout the day, just like, oh, that's so nice. But it's so comfortable. I got this from Target and it's the best. I love it so freaking much, and you know, I love it with a passion. I also have another Christmas sweater that I believe my grandma made for me. It was like handmade, and I love that one too. It's like navy blue and it has like a snowman on it, and I love that one so much. That was like my OG ugly Christmas sweater. Even though none of these I really think are ugly, like I actually really like this one. I'd wear it out in public. I mean, granted, I'd wear an ugly sweater out in public too, but yeah. If you could be under the mistletoe with anyone, who would it be? I like how it just kind of is like, oh yeah, I'm gonna tell who I'd want to kiss for sure. Like, I'm not gonna do that. Like, why would I? Ben Fankhauser. Ben Fankhauser. I have loved him for like 5 years now. Like, I would actually marry him if he asked, but he's on Broadway and living a different life for me, so it's likely never gonna happen. If you don't know who Ben Fankhauser is, he is my favorite singer ever, and he's a Broadway singer, and his riffs I don't understand, but it's absolutely insane. I'm so impressed, but for real, on like a serious note, I'm not gonna answer that. That's gonna remain a secret. That's gonna remain a surprise. So, does your family have a special holiday recipe you like to help make? Okay, every year our Christmas Eve dinner changes. That is one that will typically change just depending on how we feel, but every Christmas we have the same meal and I love it so much. So we start off, I'm just gonna give you the whole spiel, just prepare your body to be hungry. You start off with breakfast. My mom makes sticky buns for the entire family. I don't eat the sticky buns because she makes this giant bowl of fresh fruit salad. So I dig into that. That is my breakfast. I eat that nonstop. Lunch and dinner are kind of combined. We just snack for the rest of the day. We have homemade stromboli, and that is something that my mom makes every single year, and it is so good because the way my mom makes it is better than any restaurant I've ever had. It's literally, I only like my mom's stromboli. So she makes stromboli and pasta salad, but she doesn't make the kind of pasta salad that like you have at HEB and stuff like that. But like no hurt to HEB or anything, but I don't like their pasta salad. I love my mom's pasta salad. It is so good. So I literally just so many carbs that day, so many carbs. But something we cook together is always Christmas cookies. We are always baking our Christmas cookies together, and we do that usually the weekend after the kids get out of school. I mean, at least that's when we're doing it this year, but we always do it together, and we each pick a cookie. So each of the siblings get to pick a cookie, and that is like our cookie. But we make all of them together, and our tradition for that is really weird. We watch The Godfather while we bake our Christmas cookies. We watch every single Godfather. So that's a really fun tradition. You know, lots of people watch Elf and stuff, or, you know, figure skating, and we watch The Godfather, so. Are you a pro present wrapper, or do you fail miserably? I actually would say I'm a pro. I like wrapping presents. I think it's really fun. I'm not gonna lie, there definitely has to be like 1 or 2 warm-up presents that, you know, might be a little misshapen, or, you know, just because I gotta get back into the swing of things, you know. I haven't been wrapping presents all year round, you know, except for friends and stuff, but that's like, you know, typically people give like those presents in like a bag, you know? Anyway, that's kind of like what I've been doing, but I would consider myself a pro present wrapper. So if you guys need help wrapping presents, just come to me and we'll make a day out of it. Have you ever gone Christmas caroling? Yes, I went Christmas caroling, I think a few times when we were kids and lived in Ohio, and by that I actually think we only went like once. And then when I was in choir in high school, we went caroling, and that was so much fun because, you know, we knew what we were doing, and so we sounded amazing. And so what we would do is our choir would, we did multiple things, like chamber, we went around our town and we were caroling and stuff like that, and then our entire choir would go board the boats on the Riverwalk, and we would be riding that and singing, and it was so much fun. And that is definitely something I miss a lot, is just being with a whole bunch of people and just singing and, you know, blending and sounding good. And so that is definitely something I miss. But yes, I love Christmas caroling. What tops your tree? We top our tree with a star, and what's kind of sad is we have always topped our tree with the same star up until probably, I'm gonna say 4 years ago, because it feels shorter than it likely was. But 4 years ago, our star broke, so we had to get a different star. And this star is still beautiful, and I love it so much. But we always top our tree with a star, and it's so I just love it. Question 19, do you make New Year's resolutions? Do you stick to them? That's a hard one, because I don't really make a bunch of New Year's resolutions in the sense that, like, I make a list and I'm like, these are the exact things I'm getting done. Because it's more like I make goals throughout the year where I create deadlines for myself. Like, I need to have this done by the end of the year, or I'll do this. But it's not a New Year's resolution. It's not where I pick a day, I'm like, this is the year things change for me, yada yada. It's like, for example, some things are, you know, products of circumstance where something happens, so therefore I change an aspect of my life. But, you know, I make goals and stuff like, oh, I want to read 100 books this year, which, I mean, I wasn't able to get that done this year because, you know, product of circumstance, like, everything this year happened differently than I expected it to. And so I did not have enough time, which sucks because I love reading. But, you know, usually at the end of the year, I kind of like have a general idea of like, these are some things I want to change for next year, and I'd like to do that, but I don't hold myself completely accountable for it, because usually they're not like big things, if that makes sense. Like, some of them are like, oh, try and do something, you know, new every month, where it's like, oh, this month I'll take a Zumba class, oh, this month I'll do, you know, paddle boarding, or I love paddle boarding, but you know what I mean. You have been granted one Christmas wish, what will it be? Okay, so this is actually a really hard one, and I had to think on this one for a little bit before I was able to come up with an answer, because I'm like, what isn't cheesy and what won't just benefit me? Because I don't want something that's only gonna benefit me when, you know, that's something that I could work on myself, like self-improvement. But something that I really wish is for people to be a little bit more open-minded. And by that, I just feel like people can be so closed-minded to certain ideas, and it's really affecting us negatively as a people. And I feel like if we're just more open-minded and willing to compromise on certain issues, and like, you know, both sides being willing to compromise, whether it's, you know, an issue with a boyfriend and girlfriend, between friends, between the government especially, like, there needs to be open-mindedness and people having a broader perspective of how their decisions affect others, and also just being willing to make compromise. And I can't express this enough. I just wish people would be accepting of certain situations, and just, you know, neither party is going to like get what they want, so be willing to compromise, so either choice isn't so extreme. You might not be 100% happy with the decision, but it's going to affect everybody in a better way than it is currently affecting them. And that's just something I've wanted for a long time, is because I'll, you know, see people having issues, like I said, whether it's the government or, you know, a relationship, and I just feel like people need to be more willing to make a compromise. And I feel like they see that as a sign of being weak, but it's not. It's going to overall help everybody else. And I feel like that just kind of flows into like, don't be selfish, like, just, you know, be willing to give a little bit. So I know that's a really weird one, but I mean, at least with the way I'm thinking right now, that's definitely something that I would want. I mean, you know, a pair to go see some Broadway shows, I would appreciate that too, you know, like give me some Hamilton, some Dear Evan Hansen. I'd love to see Be More Chill. I would love to see Be More Chill, you know, meet Ben Fankhauser, be kissed under a mistletoe. So that was it for this Christmas tag. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Leave a comment down below what video you'd like to see next, or tell me what you think about, you know, some of the topics I discussed in this video. Like, what is your Christmas favorite movie? Do you have a real or a fake tree? I'd like to know those things. So subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of my Christmas videos that I will be releasing next week, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!